Hey everyone, October 2nd, update day 16 of collarbone break recovery. A stellar day out here on the trails. My arm was feeling pretty good today, so I ditched the sling. I've been having these weird like misto cramps right up on this muscle that goes just on the back of my shoulder at certain times. Like if I move the wrong way, it'll seize up. I think that's just from lack of use. So I'm going to try to do some stuff to sort of loosen that muscle up so I don't get those cramps. My collarbone itself feels really thick, right? Which is about what it should be, I think, because there should be a solid callus over the fracture site and on either side of it as the bone reestablishes a connection. Just really feels like I got a club of bone inside my shoulder, I guess. Movement wise, pretty good. A little stiff in the rotator cuff when I do this. And I start to get a little pain at the fracture site if I lift over the height of my head, but not bad. Slow improvements. Every day I notice a little more flexibility. So I'm encouraged, and I will press on with the daily hikes, stretching, and light weight work. And the surf still sucks, thankfully. Woohoo for me. Hey everybody, day 19 of collarbone break recovery. Daily hike. Sun is out. I'm inland though. And if you look towards the ocean, you can see it's still overcast down at the coast. That layer right there. But I think we're going to get some clearing today. Had a bit of a down night last night and this morning. My shoulder was hurting a little stiff. I kind of overdid it yesterday probably. I was running and I did some pretty heavy stretches in an attempt to loosen up the shoulder and break up some of the scar tissue. And I'm almost 3 weeks in, and I got about 2.5 more weeks before we leave on our big trip. So I'm, up and down in terms of my mental state. I'm trying to keep it all in perspective. There's a lot of people way worse off than me. Obviously, like flood victims back east after Hurricane Helene, people in the Middle East. There's a lot of people suffering, and I'm just dealing with a broken bone that's going to heal. So that kind of keeps me grounded. I'm trying to keep my fitness up here, keep moving, and hope for the best. Hope that I can be in the water in 3 weeks when we get to Australia and catch a few waves. That's really the hope. There's a little bit of swell today, which throws a little bit of salt in the wound for me because I surf every day. So just trying to get past that mentally and look forward, not backward. All right, that's my message for the day. And thanks, by the way, to Ben Gravy. Once again, I had to watch one of his videos of when he broke his collarbone yet again to kind of raise my mood before I got out here on the hike. But it always feels good to get out here and sweat and be in the sun. Get some vitamin D, and look at that view. Just beautiful. All right, over and out. Okay, so here's the morning routine. I wake up, everything's really kind of stiff when I first get up, so I start the day with half a banana.
Whoa, huge.
I know, not a lot of calories, and then I'll move into the coffee and how I prepare it. All right, the morning drink. Let's start the day with some coffee. I'm not a coffee snob. I just started drinking coffee within the last year. So I drink instant. I can't get this thing open. Hang on. Okay, so I add a dash of milk. Not much, just a little. And then, as I said, I'm not a coffee snob, so I'm going with instant. Trying to do this one-handed, folks. Couple of spoons. And then a little bit of sugar. Not a ton, but like, let's say a tablespoon. Maybe a little bit more. I like sugar. All right, so we got those three things. Then the hot water. Just enough for 1 cup. But I'm not done. Oh no. Then we move over here and there's 3 things. I'm gonna try something new today. This is bone health. So, can't hurt, right? Put a scoop of that in. And then this is protein powder. 1 scoop of this is 25 grams. And there we go. Throw all that in. Sometimes I'll get this in there. That's collagen. But today I'm trying this bone health thing. So we'll see. Put the lid on. And we'll spin her up. See how it turns out. All right, let's see how it turned out. It's kind of like a blonde, frothy. Look at that little foam at the end. Ooh, nice finish. And there is my bone repair coffee drink. Let's see if it works. Hey guys, day 25 of collarbone recovery here. I'm out on my normal hike. Just an update on how the shoulder's feeling. Feels, as I've pointed out, a little stronger every day. I still have stiffness and a little pain when I lift the right arm right in this area, probably right under the fracture. Could be ligaments kind of impinged by the big chunk of bone here. I'm not sure, but I do lots of stretches after my hike every day. Hiking about 5-6 miles a day, a couple hours. And on a day like today, man, what a day to hike. And these views are incredible. But there is surf today, so that bums me out. Yesterday there was surf too, first swell we've had in a long time, and I won't lie, it is hard to miss surf. Every time I've been injured out of the water and there's waves, it's a struggle for me mentally, but I'm glad that the weather's nice and I live in a place where we have beautiful hiking trails like this right near my house that I can walk to from my front door. Mentally, I've been up and down a lot lately. Probably doing too much reading and researching on collarbones, and sort of feel like I should have gotten the surgery. Well, not sort of, I do feel like I should have, and a lot of friends of mine have told me, oh, you should have gotten that plated. But honestly, I didn't have much time to research it. I broke it and I was in Texas running the Texas Tube Tour event, and I didn't really have time to do the research. And next thing I know, I was at the orthopedic guy the day after we returned, and he said, nah, you should be fine. So I'm just hoping it turns out okay. And, you know, I have about a little less than 2 weeks before we're in Australia, and I'm just hoping I can paddle out then. I feel like I can paddle. The question is, will I re-injure this? I don't want to re-injure it, obviously, because we're going on to Indonesia from there, and I want to be able to surf in Indonesia. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing anything crazy in either place as far as wave riding, no big air maneuvers or anything like that, but specifically in Indonesia, getting injured would be a real bummer because you're really far from help. So there's that concern. My x-ray is in 3 days. I have some anxiety about what the doc's going to tell me. But I'm kind of going by feel, you know. If it feels like I can go out and get some waves when I get to Australia, I will do it gingerly and hope for the best. So a lot of uncertainty and a little bit of anxiety, and I'm really just hoping I can get rid of this discomfort. Some of it is muscular. I got to keep the muscles limber because they haven't been used that heavily in the last 3.5 weeks, and I'm getting kind of little muscle cramps and spasms occasionally in the muscle just behind my shoulder blade. But some of it is the fracture site, I'm sure, because it's a big lump of bone in there and it's probably pressing down on ligaments and stuff. Occasionally I'll get this sort of tearing feeling in my pec. I don't know what that is. Muscle tears because the pec is weakened on this side, and when I sort of reach forward and pick something up, I feel it in there sometimes. It feels like, I don't know, like this burning, tearing feeling, so I usually back off. But the hiking seems to help because I can sway my arm and try to keep that rotation going in the shoulder. So that's the update here on day 25. Hopefully 2 more weeks or a little less and I can be back in the water. That's very wishful thinking at 60 years old to be able to surf 5.5 weeks after the injury, but I tend to aim high when it comes to injury recovery. So that's it. Thanks for listening. Back to the trails. Hey everybody, Jay on day 27 of collarbone break recovery. It's a Sunday, the 13th, and the Salt Creek Classic going on today, and I went down there with Vicky to check it out, and I'll be honest and say that it was a little bit of torture because the waves are really good and really fun, and obviously I can't surf right now, and I knew these days were coming, but it's never easier. Did see a lot of friends. That was the good part. Almost everyone already knew, I think, from social media what happened to me, so I didn't have to really explain it to anybody, which was good. I wore my sling down there just so that people wouldn't try to like shake my right hand and rip my collarbone back out of position. Not that it's really in position, but tomorrow is really the important day because it's x-ray day. It'll be 1 month since the break, and I really don't know what it's going to reveal. I'm a little nervous, a lot nervous, I'll be honest, what the doc's going to tell me. He's going to say it's not bonding, it's a non-union. If that's the case, I'm basically going to be going to Australia and Indonesia and not surfing at all, which would be psychologically a big hit for me. So I'm mentally preparing myself for that, but I am also hopeful that I'll be able to surf. And I do have movement in this arm. I feel like I could paddle. I feel like I could lean on it to bodyboard, but the question is, will it cause further damage? That I don't want. So it's a pivotal morning tomorrow morning. I'm going to continue on with my hike. I got another probably 2.5 miles, a total of 9 from Salt Creek to my house. Gorgeous day out here, and the surf is cranking today. So just trying to keep that off my mind and really like exhaust myself as much as I can so I don't feel too bad. But even holding up this camera with my right arm right there on the fracture site, I can feel the pressure. Not so much pain, just weird pressure. So I'm not sure. More tomorrow as we get the x-rays done. Wish me luck. Ciao. Hey everybody, day 28 of recovery. It is a Monday. Broke the collarbone exactly 1 month ago today. I'm going in for my x-rays in a couple minutes here. And I got a lot of anxiety. I'm hoping I get good news and I'll be able to get back in the water very soon here because the waves are absolutely firing yesterday and today. And that is a tough pill to swallow when you haven't surfed for a month, at least in my world. I know a lot of you don't get to surf that much and a month is nothing, but In my world, that's extreme. So I'm really hoping I get good news, but got to roll with whatever the doc says. So here we go, heading in. I will report back after.
Woo woo!
Wow. Looks a lot better than it used to. All right, this angle doesn't look quite as good. A lot of jagged edges right there. All right, fresh out of the X-ray doctor's office experience, and mixed feelings right now. The X-rays look decent. It's definitely healing, but it's not healed. And the doctor knows I'm going on a surf trip in 10 days, and he said, yeah, it's not quite there yet. And basically, you know, he didn't want to be the bearer of bad news and tell me I shouldn't go surfing on this trip, but he just said, hey, you know, there's a risk if you fall on it, you could re-break it, and then it's going to be hard to repair. So I think, you know, my takeaway from this is it's going to be up to me to decide how much risk I want to take. And to me, with my body, pain has always been my guide. So my plan right now is to just spend the next 10 days before we leave on the trip just trying to heal this thing up and not doing anything crazy or stupid, and then just going for it on the trip and hoping I don't land on it. Because I just can't go to Australian Indo without surfing. That would drive me nuts. So that's the plan. Risk will be taken, and hopefully no negative results from that risk. So there you go. Hey everybody, day 31 of the collarbone break recovery. You can see it's still there, still protruding quite a bit. As you know, on my last update, which was a few days ago, I had x-rays. That was Monday. Today is now Thursday. I'm headed to the East Coast tomorrow for my mom's birthday, just for the weekend. And we'll get a little more time for healing. That's all I look at it as, is every day I'm not in the surf is another day to heal. I've been doing these long hikes every day. I come home. I've been doing curls. I've been doing dumbbell presses, very light weights, 10 pounds on each hand. And I've been doing also some overhead dumbbell presses and a lot of stretching, just trying to keep the muscles from atrophying and just keep loose. The paddling motion feels pretty good. Things are a little bit tight all through this area, but not enough to impede me from paddling. The question is, if I'm on a surfboard, am I going to be able to pop up to my feet? Not able to do a full body push-up just yet. I can do knee push-ups with a little bit of tightness, but a full body push-up off my toes is still out of reach for me. I will be in Australia a week from today, so that's the first day I was hoping to be able to surf. My timeline when I first broke this was 5.5 weeks, because I knew that was when I'd be arriving in Australia. And the last time I broke it, that's how long it took to heal. But of course, I was 25 years younger. So just going to give it this next week to rest and hope that I'm up to trying to surf at some point. If it's not in Australia, we're there for 6 days, then it will be in Indonesia, which is on November the 2nd. So that would give me, virtually 2 more weeks to recover from this, a little less. So, and that would put me at just over 6 weeks after the break. So crossing fingers, I'm doing everything I can, taking collagen and peptides, taking protein powder, eating lots of protein, steak, turkey, chicken, and getting a ton of sleep, like 9 hours a night, which is insane for me. So I'm hoping all of this stuff that I'm doing is going to pay off. I have had up days and down days. Let's not kid ourselves here. There's been days when I'm like, oh my gosh, this is killing me, especially recently because we've had 5 days of really epic surf, and it's been really tough to see how good the surf's been every day and missing a good swell. But, you know, I've had injuries before where I had to miss swell, and it's never easy when you're a person that loves to be in the ocean every single day to have that taken away from you for a month and a half. But, you know, everyone who is an athlete gets injured at some point in their athletic lifetime and has time away from their activity that they love to do. So I understand I'm not alone. I'm just trying to keep that in perspective. But yeah, my goal is to be in the water within the next 1 to 2 weeks. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, just back from a run, and we're leaving for Australia and Indo tomorrow night, so I thought I would see how it feels to paddle and duck dive. We're at 5 weeks and 1 day since I broke my collarbone. Still feels a little weird.
Don't bust it, Jay.
I don't plan to. So we'll see how it feels to kick and paddle. That feels good. Let me try to duck dive. That felt okay.
Oh, dang. Did you feel it?
A little bit. Hang on.
Oh, Jay. Dang.
Feels okay. Not 100%, that's for sure.
Let me zoom in on that sucker.
Huh?
Let me zoom in on that sucker. Show me. Turn around.
It's like a zit. I wish I could pop it.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, that makes me feel good.
I'm sorry, you look so hot.
Yeah. All right.
Modified duck dive?
A little bit. Move the hand back a little. That seems to help. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll be surfing this weekend.
You got it.